Hello my darlings, my name is Stephanie and welcome to Teeny Tiny Ghost Stories and Spooky Tales. This series is a brief and short look at some of the haunted places in Britain and the spooky ghost stories attached to them. So I've got my little pumpkin friends here again with me because they are so cute. And it's Halloween. It is officially spooky season, which means I am going to be putting pumpkins everywhere because pumpkins are the best and I love them. Today I'm going to be telling you about some of the ghosts that are said to reside at the Red Lion Hotel. The Red Lion Hotel is a beautiful historical building. It's a 15th century Grade 1 listed coaching inn located in the Essex town of Colchester, the UK's oldest recorded town, with Romans designating it the capital city of Britain over 2,000 years ago. The building was built in 1465 and still has many of its original Tudor features, things like wooden beams as well as the original rooms. The hotel's restaurant, the Parliament, was once a banqueting hall and it also held Oliver Cromwell's Parliament meetings. It is the oldest building in Colchester and it is the most haunted hotel in Essex. A lot of coaching inns in Britain are haunted and the Red Lion Hotel is no exception. Considering its vast amount of history, it's no wonder that the building is host to many spirits and paranormal activity. There are 3 main ghosts that have remained at the hotel. In 1638, one of Colchester's most infamous crimes happened at the hotel. A woman named Alice Catherine Miller was working as a chambermaid in the hotel when she began an affair with a wealthy businessman who promised all sorts of riches if she were to run away with him. After some time, he discovered that Alice was pregnant and his feelings towards her completely changed. He didn't want a child, so he decided to rid himself of the burden in the most awful way. Horrifically, he shoved the pregnant woman from one of the hotel windows. Alice fell to her death, but her ghost has since been seen wandering the halls of the Red Lion Hotel. Her spirit has been seen as far back as the 1800s, when the owner of the hotel, exasperated with guests complaining about unexplained events, and also he was pretty terrified of the ghost himself, he bricked up the door to what had been Alice's room. It may have also been the room in which she was murdered, sadly. That obviously didn't stop the ghostly activity, and visitors to the inn still report witnessing the spirit of a woman roaming the hotel, and she is most frequently seen in rooms 5, 6 and 10. She's also been seen in the kitchen and walking to her old room, entering the room via a wall which would have originally had the door in it. She seems to be the most active spirit at the hotel, but she doesn't normally interact with people. She's just seen walking around. There is, however, an incident that occurred where there was some interaction. On one occasion, the assistant manager was asleep in his room when he suddenly woke up in the middle of the night from what he said felt like a strong bolt of electricity through his body. He then noticed the old rocking chair next to his bed begin to rock back and forth. As he watched, he saw a woman, Alice it seemed, slowly appearing on the chair, and she spoke to him and asked if he was okay. When he answered yes, she disappeared. The figure of a hooded monk has been seen, mostly during the early hours of the morning. He is often seen around the corridors and the reception area, watching from the darkened corners. He is believed to be the ghost of a monk who died in a fire at the inn several hundred years ago. He was said to have been trying to save some children that were in his care. He managed to save the children, but tragically he ended up perishing in the fire. The monk is said to be a protective spirit, keeping watch over the hotel. The ghost of a small boy has been witnessed at the hotel. No one really knows who he is, but he has been seen numerous times in the Parliament room, the restaurant, and mostly by children. Maybe he's just looking for a friend to play with. He has also been caught several times in photos taken by guests. Apparently, for over 200 years, the hotel had an instant dismissal rule for any employees caught mentioning the ghosts for fear of scaring away customers. I would really love to visit this hotel. Maybe it's something that I could do next year. It would be awesome to stay here. First of all, for the history and the age of the building. I love that it's basically the same as it was hundreds of years ago. That's really cool. And then the spirits at the hotel seem really sweet and lovely. I think I'd still freak out though if I saw anything. Like I always say, I'd love to stay at a haunted hotel or a haunted place. But really, would I just freak out? Would it just terrify me? Probably. But yeah, maybe something I'll have to try and be brave enough to do one time. I love that there's a ghost of a monk who keeps an eye on things at the hotel. That's really sweet. I would love to meet him. Okay, if I stayed there and I met him or I saw him, I would love that. I just love the idea of a lovely sweet monk, the ghost of a monk who keeps an eye on things and just makes sure everyone's okay and safe. Like, that's so sweet. It's very tragic what happened to Alice though. Obviously she's not been able to find peace and continues to wander, her spirit restless. So I hope you enjoyed today's ghost stories. Thank you for watching, and I hope you join me on my next one. So until then, stay spooky.